Today on Rappler, a petition before the Supreme Court wants to stop implementation of the cybercrime law. Foreign Secretary Del Rosario denies reports he's about to quit because of Senator Trillanes' meddling in foreign affairs. And the NTC plans to bar telcos with poor network service from getting new customers. Hello, I'm Maria Ressa. Welcome to Rappler, your social news network. Various parties asked the Supreme Court to stop different government agencies from implementing provisions of the Cybercrime Prevention Act. Businessman Louie Birauga and party list group Alab ng Mamamahayag want to stop the implementation of provisions that prohibit unsolicited commercial communications, penalize online libel, and increase penalties for crimes listed in the revised penal code. The law defines unsolicited commercial communications as, quote, the transmission of commercial electronic communication with the use of computer system which seek to advertise, sell, or offer for sale products and services. Both petitioners say the law creates a chilling effect on the public. Foreign Secretary Albert Del Rosario denies reports he is demoralized and about to quit because of a senator's back-channeling with Beijing. On his spokesperson's Twitter account, Del Rosario says, as Secretary of Foreign Affairs, I've sworn to faithfully serve the country. I remain true to my commitment. On Monday, ABS-CBN reported Del Rosario is considering resigning his post because of Senator Antonio Trillanes' back-channeling without his knowledge. The palace denies the report, but the Philippine Embassy in the United States immediately issues a statement of support.
Leadership, and we want to tell him that we are fully behind him in his efforts in single-mindedly protecting the interests of the Philippines and ensuring that the sovereignty of the Philippines is never compromised.
U.S. Pinoys for Good Governance Chair Lloyda Nicolas Lewis says President Benigno Aquino should not allow the rumor to continue. She says it would give the perception that Aquino is, quote, backing the neophyte senator over the experienced, internationally well-respected Del Rosario. Customs Commissioner Rufy Biazon and Technical Education and Skills Development Authority Director General Joel Villanueva are dropping out of the senatorial race to stay in government. On his Twitter account, Biazon explains, I'm encouraged by the President's trust and confidence when he said, I will be very glad if you stayed with the Bureau of Customs. Earlier, the Liberal Party said Biazon is one of its candidates for Senator for 2013. He took over the Customs post in September 2011 after losing a Senate bid in the 2010 polls. Biazon denies backing out because of poor survey numbers, saying he has, quote, a fighting chance. Villanueva, who is performing poorly in surveys, says he is quote, more effective here in the executive. It isn't clear if he will stay with TESDA or is transferring to another department. And now there's 11. With Biazon and Villanueva dropping out of the senatorial race, Liberal Party stalwarts say there's one slot left which could go to Senator Loren Legarda of the Nationalist People's Coalition. House Majority Leader Neptali Gonzalez says, quote, the decision of Loren is between her and her party. If not, LP will still be fielding a full slate. Senator Loren Legarda has yet to choose between LP and UNA tickets, but has been declared a, quote, guest candidate by UNA. LP says if Legarda wants to join the administration, she must commit to join only its sorties. From the original 16, LP's shortlist is down to 11, excluding Legarda. The 11 senatorial candidates of the administration coalition are LP members, former Senator June Magsaysay and Bam Aquino, LDP member, Aurora Representative Sunny Angara, MTRCB Chairman Grace Poe Llamanzares, former Akbayan Party List Representative Risa Ontiveros, Independent Senator Chis Escudero, former Senator Jambi Madrigal, an independent, PDP Laban Senator Coco Pimentel, NP members former Las Piñas Representative Cynthia Villar, Senator Alan Peter Cayetano, and Antonio Trillanes. Movie and Television Review and Classification Board Chair Grace Poe Llamanzares says she will wait for President Aquino's formal announcement about being part of the administration slate. Llamanzares is also running as a guest candidate under Vice President Jejomar Binay's United Nationalist Alliance. UNA decided to accept her because of her ties to UNA chairman, former President Joseph Estrada. Estrada is the best friend of Llamanzares' late father, Fernando Poe Jr., whose 2004 presidential candidacy was supported by leaders of UNA. The government has revised the implementing rules to the controversial mining EO 79 after industry-wide criticism. Will mining executives calm down? Catherine Visconti reports other hurdles remain.
After months of debate over a new mining law, industry leaders are angry.
This provision is patently illegal. May I repeat, Mr. Vice President, this is illegal.
Have the rules changed in the middle of the game?
I believe they have.
The existing law guarantees company a contract that lasts up to 50 years. The new mining rules only guarantee 25 years.
That your lenders lend to you on the basis of 50-year contract, suddenly you now have just a 25-year contract. That has an immediate impact on the assets of the mining companies. That's why
Executives threatened to sue the government. Within days, Communications Secretary Ricky Carandong announces revisions to address the industry's concerns. The new rules are more nuanced and maintain present contracts. Still, investors are cautious. The issue, how to split the revenues since the government wants more.
If you're a new investor coming into the Philippines, is mining attractive?
From a potential perspective, yes. From a regulatory perspective, I'm not sure.
The question now is, with an uphill battle in Congress, if new investments will come in or if the Philippines' vast mineral wealth will stay underground. Catherine Visconti, Rappler, Manila.
Senator Miriam Santiago praises businessman Manny Pangilinan for publicly stating his support for the reproductive health bill. Santiago is referring to Pangilinan's letter to Ateneo de Manila University, where he said he disagreed with the church's opposition to the bill. Pangilinan severed ties with the school because of its stand on the RH bill and mining. Santiago says, "My only prayer is that more people would be as independent-minded as Manny." A graduate of the university, Pangilinan was the chairman of its board of trustees and helped fund various programs of the school. Former Ateneo de Manila University President Father Bienvenido Nebres resigns from the board of the Philippine Long-Distance Telephone Company. On Tuesday, PLDT says Nebres has no disagreement with the board. His resignation is not expected to have significant impact on the company's operations. Nebres was independent director and chairman of various board committees, including audit, executive compensation, and governance. His resignation follows the recent falling out between Ateneo and PLDT chair Manny Pangilinan because of the school's stand on the reproductive health bill and on mining. National Telecommunications Commissioner Gamaliel Cordoba says the NTC is thinking of penalizing networks that fail to comply with industry standards. During a Senate hearing, Cordoba says networks may be barred from getting new subscribers until they improve their services. He says the measure should help ease network congestion, which the NTC blames on unlimited text and call services. Senate Finance Committee Chairman Franklin Drilon says he is not very hopeful the rule will be imposed. He says, "I'll be clapping my hands if you're able to do that." NTC Director Edgardo Cabarrio says the agency is studying the possible economic consequences of prohibiting networks from getting more subscribers. Rappler held its Social Good Summit this weekend to answer the question, how can social media drive social change? Paterno Esmaquel reports.
How can social media be a force for nation building? Tourism Secretary Mon Jimenez says it can spread good feelings about the country. At the Social Good Summit, Jimenez says the social media campaign "It's More Fun in the Philippines" achieves this.
Very often, I tell people, the Filipino thrives in an atmosphere of encouragement. "It's More Fun in the Philippines" is proof positive of that. We are tired. We are tired of discouragement. And we are tired of the notion that the truth is hard to take. The fact is, the truth about the truth is that it is equal times good as it is bad. Encouragement, therefore, especially in the social media, encouragement is good news put to good use.
Communications Secretary Ricky Carandang says social media provides the government a direct line to their constituents. Carandang recalls an instance when he had to tell the public about an erroneous report made by the Philippine Center for Investigative Journalism on his supposed joke on the Freedom of Information Bill. He says he repeatedly tweeted about the mistake until the PCIJ apologized for it.
But there are also times when you'll want to hear from us directly because it allows us to reach the public directly without the filter of media.
Private individuals, on the other hand, see social media as a means to praise and criticize their government. Blogwatch contributor Jane Uy Matiao says a good example is the campaign to shame EPALs, or politicians who use public funds to publicize their achievements. She sees social media's potential to change the Philippines.
If we use it responsibly, it will be a powerful tool to change for the social good. In 2012, I say that tweet is mightier than the sword.
But netizens agree there is a need to avoid overstepping boundaries. Celebrity Twitter user Bianca Gonzalez shares some of her personal rules when engaging people on Twitter.
Say online things that you are sure you can say in real life. We should all be the Twitter user that we want to see in the Twitter world.
Netizens agree they wield power through Facebook and Twitter. The key is to wield this political medium with tolerance and respect. Paterno Esmaquel, Rappler, Manila.
Environmental lawyer Antonio Oposa Jr. asks the NBI to investigate the illegal ivory trade in the country, reportedly used in religious carvings like the Santo Niño. He says they need to look into the international syndicate behind this illegal trade. Oposa's initiative comes after National Geographic magazine published a feature about the illegal ivory trade in the Philippines. National Geographic also claims Monsignor Cristobal Garcia of the Cebu Archdiocese offered tips on how to smuggle articles made of illegal ivory to the United States. The international trade in elephant ivory has been banned since 1989. Coast Guard vessels from Japan and Taiwan duel with water cannons after dozens of Taiwanese boats sail into waters around islands claimed by Taipei, Tokyo, and Beijing. In a statement, Taiwan's President Ma Ying-jeou says he supports the fishermen's patriotic actions and acknowledges the Coast Guard for claiming sovereignty. He urges the Japanese side to respect the Taiwanese fishermen's rights in their ancestral fishing ground. Japanese Coast Guard ships spray water at the fishing vessels, with the Taiwanese patrol boats hitting back with their high-pressure hoses. The incident complicates Japan's territorial dispute with China. Well, let's now look at Rappler's Wrap for today, a list of the 10 most important events around the world you shouldn't miss. At number 4, the newly released iPhone 5 breaks records in post-launch sales of over $5 million, but all that is lost in China, Apple's key manufacturing hub. About 2,000 workers at Foxconn, which produces some parts of the iPhone, engage in a brawl that eventually halts production. Apple also angers anti-Japanese protesters. They blast the Map app in the iPhone 5 for referring to contested islands known as Jiaoyu in China, Senkaku in Japan, and claimed by both countries as part of Japan's Okinawa prefecture. More than 760,000 posts on China's social networking site Weibo called for a boycott of the iPhone 5. At number 7, symbols of the excesses of the Marcos family during the martial law regime have been damaged. Associated Press reports about 150 cartons of clothes, dress, accessories, and the legendary collection of shoes of late strongman Ferdinand Marcos and First Lady Imelda were transferred to the National Museum for safekeeping 2 years ago. Termites, humidity, and mold damaged the collection at the Riverside Palace. The fragile boxes were abandoned in a padlocked hall, which was inundated by rain last month because of a leak in the ceiling. Last September 23rd, Filipinos commemorated the 40th anniversary of the announcement of martial law. And at number 8, Tibetans in exile will rethink their struggle for freedom for their homeland. The 4-day meeting in the northern Indian hill town of Dharamshala aims to end growing frustration within the exiled community. About 51 people set themselves on fire in the past 3 years, and 41 died from their burns and acts of self-immolation. Suicide contradicts Buddhist religious teaching that all life is sacred. China routinely pours scorn on the Dalai Lama, accusing him of seeking to split Tibet from the rest of China. The Dalai Lama says he only seeks greater autonomy for the region. For the full top 10, visit Rappler.com's The Wrap. Philippine football team head coach Michael Wise confirms brothers Phil and James' young husband will not be part of the ASCL's lineup for the Philippine Football Peace Cup. Wise says the brothers' demands were, quote, just too much. The Philippine Football Federation, or PFF, says they are unable to meet the demands of the young husband brothers, both economic and non-economic. But they clarify it is not a punishment to the brothers. Coach Wise says losing the young husband should not be a cause for alarm. The Philippine Football Peace Cup is the first international football tournament that will be hosted by the Philippines. It's set to kick off Tuesday at the Rizal Memorial Stadium. Every story on Rappler has its own mood meter, which has 8 emotions for you to choose from. Click on how you feel, and your vote will come down to the middle of the front page of Rappler to the Mood Navigator, which crowdsources the mood of the day. 10 of the top stories which have gotten the most number of clicks on emotions are chosen on the front page. If we take a look today, it's definitely the run-up to 2013 elections. Interesting are the choices of some candidates to run in 2 political parties. Cheese says both LP Una adopting him in 2013. Take a look at the mood meter. 78% annoyed, 13% angry, with some of them asking in the comments, how can you run for 2 parties? Cheese Escudero has said that the more support you get, the better. That doesn't seem to sit that well. High Court asked to stop the cybercrime law, story that just was posted a few hours ago. 91% happy. That contributing to the mood of the day. Today, most people are happy. Well, that's Rappler's Newscast for today, Tuesday, September 25, 2012. Visit Rappler.com and watch our newscast Monday to Friday. Tell us how you feel on our mood meter and help us crowdsource the mood of the day. I'm Maria Ressa. As we say at Rappler, tomorrow begins today.